guys, it's Jackie with Intoxicating Arts, and today we're making another card using the Simon Says Stamp July 2016 card kit. And the main focus of this card is actually going to be the background, which is this piece of paper from the kit that I'm cutting down to, I believe, 4 by about 5 1/4, because there is going to be a border going around this piece. Once I get this cut down, we are going to be ink blending it. And I'm just trying to cut it in a way that I can get both of those big flowers on there. This is a Judykins color duster, and I actually bought mine at a convention, but I have seen them available in the Simon Says Stamp store. And I'm starting off using the Golden Locks color, which is a Simon Says Stamp hybrid ink that was included in the kit. And I'm just going to blend that on the flower using a circular motion, and I will continue to build up this color until I get a color that I'm either satisfied with or I'm decided that I'm done with that color. I'm going to move to another one, which in this case I moved on to the dried marigold distress ink because I wasn't particularly happy with the way that that flower was looking, and I'm definitely concentrating this color a little bit more towards the middle. I'm still using the same color duster because these are all yellowish inks and it can brush off really easily. And now I'm moving on to a third color, which is mustard seed distress ink, and this one I'm definitely keeping in the middle. I decided to bring in this third color because the first two were just a little too muted looking to me. They also were not yellow enough. I wanted more of a vibrant yellow color going on, and you'll see with that one that I just did how nice and vibrant the color is. I also thought it would be nice to go around the edges of the card just to soften it up and not have all that white going on. So I'm using another one of the hybrid inks that was included in the kit, and this one is called Thistle. It's like a light purple color, and I start off in the corners and put a little bit more color in the corners and then a little less on the edges, just kind of a bit thinner on there, so it kind of frames the card and makes it come all together. Here I'm just trimming a very slim piece of black cardstock, and I will also trim down a piece of vellum a little bit bigger than that. So I think I did a 1/2 inch on the black and an inch on the vellum. I will be embossing a sentiment in white on the black cardstock, and the sentiment is from a Lawn Fawn set called Scripty Sayings, and I'm using Versamark ink here. It's a clear sticky ink, and I have the stamp on my Fiskars stamp press, and this works well enough just to stamp on a strip like this. Once I have the sentiment stamped, it's going to get a little bath in some white embossing powder, and then I will heat set that to dry it. I did go over the image with a anti-static powder tool before I did it to try to minimize the amount of little specks I'm gonna have. So here I'm just trying to figure out how to line this up because I will be cutting it down. These sentiments are long enough to be used on a 5 1/2 inch card base. And then I put it on top of the vellum, just trying to make sure that it's going to look nice, and then I will adhere the black piece of cardstock to the vellum and then both pieces to the card base. This is a piece of cardstock that was included in the kit. It's called Slate, and all I've done is cut it down and then scored it right down the middle at 4 1/4, and I'm doing both of them at the same time just to get that out of the way. And then I'm just going to put that right down onto my card base. And these cardstocks by Simon Says Stamp are really nice and thick. They are awesome for card bases. This is my first time using their cardstock, and as far as like in this kit, and so I've been really happy with them. For a finishing touch, I'm putting some glass domes on the upper left hand corner, and I have glossy accents in a syringe, and this kind of works pretty well for me because if I put too much I can actually just suck it right back up. And it's important to have the right amount because if you have too much then it's going to gloop out and get all over the place If you have too little, then you're going to end up with little tiny bubbles inside of the glass, and you'll notice it. So these are actually from an overseas company, but Pretty Pink Posh has some similar ones. They're a little bit smaller though. Mine are a little bit bigger than what they offer. And I tried to do these in odd numbers, so I'm going to be doing one big one and two little ones for a total of 3 glass domes. I like these because they just add a little extra touch that shows I put a little bit of extra effort into the card, and it also magnifies anything that you put it on top of, so that's kind of fun too. And that pretty much completes the card. I just wanted to show the gluing of the glass pieces on there. I will be back very soon with another card. It's actually another birthday card using the Simon Says Stamp July 2016 card kit. So I hope you guys will come back very soon. I'll put links to everything below, and in the blog post there will be links to all of the supplies. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!